EASTON, and welcome to the Rabbi's Roundtable. I'm Rabbi Peter Hyman, Rabbi at Temple B'nai Israel, and we are coming to you from the studios of MCTV in the basement of the AVALON Theater, and it is my genuine pleasure to welcome. This is not your first time at the Rabbi's Roundtable,
No, it's not.
I didn't think so. Anyway, welcome back to the Rabbi's Roundtable. Our indefatigable mayor, Robert Willie.
I'll have to look the meaning up.
Well, we can talk about that later. Anyway, Mr. Mayor, thank you for taking the time to be here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
I thought with all that's going on that it would be an important topic to discuss the American Rescue Plan, the grant money that we've received. I know we've talked about this at the Eastern Economic Development Corporation meeting, and we'll hear more from them in a little while. But if you want to share with us in the community what's happening with those monies that we've received, and it's all yours.
Well, this actually started a few months ago when we were notified that X number of dollars were coming to the town of Easton to use as we saw fit. No rules at the time that have since grown to over 100 pages of regulations of how we can use the money, but that's okay. But we were originally scheduled to receive a little over $7 million.
Wow.
That was changed, that now we received $8.2 million in August, and we'll receive another $8.2 million next August.
Wow.
We have until 2024 to use that money up.
I have a couple of projects.
Have you?
No, go ahead.
It's my opinion that when you get the money, go ahead and use it before something happens and you use it for something that wasn't on the plans.
Yeah.
So we have started accepting applications from individuals and from companies and so forth who would like to be considered in the distribution of that $8.2 million.
Oh, are there requirements for who can?
There are. Infrastructure problems, work-related losses, people who've lost business because of the pandemic. It's for repaying workers for working during the times when people were closed down. And to that degree, we've asked Charlie Conley, who is our assistant finance officer with the town, to handle all of the applications and determine that they meet the requirements, and we can start looking at funding for those.
Wow.
The other problem that we wanted to cover was we wanted to make the biggest impact on as many people as we could to start.
Sure.
With $8.2 million in hand, we start looking at how we spend that. But there are infrastructure problems in the town of Easton, a perfectly nice 300-year-old town, but I sometimes think the piping is 300 years old because it breaks even when you don't want it to.
Yeah.
We had some of those projects that we wanted to get done. They've been funded. The fire department has a policy of replacing trucks every 25 years.
Wow.
We have donated money to the fire department and also for an ambulance that helps them back up the paramedics in Talbot County when they get busy. So that's been done. And it's top of the line, brand new. Yes.
Wonderful.
We've also put this out to several businesses in town, and we right now have 30 different businesses that we'll distribute checks to next Monday night.
Wow.
These range from some of the veterans organizations to some of the nonprofits in town and so forth. But to make a long story bearable, $8.2 million, we will give away $7.9 million of it Monday night.
That's remarkable.
And that's quick.
And then, yes, indeed. And then again next year as well.
Well, next year's will be a little bit different because a lot of the infrastructure programs that we've funded will not be required next year. The fire trucks will not be required next year.
Right.
So we'll have even more money that we can give to individual businesses and so forth.
Terrific. That's terrific.
We're looking forward to that. And Monday night at 5 o'clock, we will distribute $7.9 million worth of funding that was provided by the federal government.
That's amazing, and I think we're fortunate, and then that's also part of your leadership. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
No, that's Anything else that we need to know about? Anything else you want to share? Things coming up or?
Yes, lots of things on the books. We still got infrastructure issues that are going on. If you haven't noticed road repairs in the town of Easton over the last month, you haven't been around.
No kidding.
Because they will start to reach a peak here in the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
We'll start repaving some of the roads that we've cut up, most notably Idlewild Avenue.
Yep.
That started out as a reasonable road repaving and drainage issue that every time we seem to dig a couple more feet, we found another collapsed section of piping and so forth. So that's really turned out to be a real problem area. North Harrison Street down by Talbottown, we'll start paving there and coming up. And then we have a few drainage issues that we'll put off probably until the first of the year. We've also got 4 houses that we need to renovate, and we are in the process now of getting quotes in as to what it's going to take to rebuild those houses and fix them up. These are in the Hill neighborhood. You may recall that we purchased 6 condemned houses with the idea of using federal and state monies to help with rehabbing those houses and making them available for low to moderate income folks. Those will start again here in a few weeks because we are now in the process of getting costs to get that done.
That's terrific.
Mistletoe Hall?
Yes, please.
That's a need for commercial, industrial, manufacturing space in the town of Easton. We were actually out, and now we have the acreage out there that has been outfitted with water and sewer, cable, and all the other utilities. We're now putting the roads in, and we have contracts on several of those lots already. So there will be additional building going on, and you'll see additional jobs come on the market. We'll be looking for people to fill these jobs. There's a developer over on Airport Road at the technical center there that's putting up warehousing and so forth. Again, more jobs coming in.
Terrific.
And then we have to start looking at where these people going to live.
Right.
So we've got a lot of housing issues.
Well, it certainly speaks to your leadership that the city is growing and lots of stuff is happening, and it makes Easton all that much more enjoyable to live.
Well, hopefully, and we're going to start working on the parks and recreation issues too that come up. I mean, there's all kinds of areas where we can spend money and do work.
I'd still like a delicatessen, but that's a different issue.
Well, it's coming because I love pastrami and corned beef. It's got to be great.
We'll have. I'll call you. We'll have a meeting. We'll work it out.
And then,
go ahead.
One last thing.
Yes, sir.
It's with kind of mixed feelings that we accepted the retirement of Chief David Spencer Monday night. So we'll be starting the process of replacing David as Chief of Police in Easton almost immediately.
I didn't know that. I will write
44 years. He's had a long tenure.
Yes, and done a great job. And well, we wish him great success in his next chapter of life, and appreciate his leadership.
I think it's going to involve a lot of golf and hunting.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, we've been talking with the mayor of Easton, Robert Willey, and Mr. Mayor, thanks for your time.
Sure.
You'll come back and give us more updates on what's
Anytime.
coming out, and I really appreciate that.
Okay.
Easton, we will be back momentarily.
The Avalon Foundation and MCTV programming is proudly supported by Chesapeake College. Chesapeake College, your time, your place.
We are MCTV, Midshore Community Television. We want your help in making our station more robust so that we can better serve the residents of Talbot County. So, how can you help? If you are already making video content, submit that content for broadcast to the station. It's free! Are you involved in events, shows, or lectures that would be of interest to the community? We can work with you to figure out the best way to capture those events for airing on MCTV, be it training, equipment rental, or hiring our production staff to film at a reasonable rate. Do you want to produce your own show? Let us help you get started. Come be a part of this valuable community resource. Email the station at nick@avalonfoundation.org or visit us in the basement of the historic Avalon Theater at 40 East Dover Street in downtown Easton.
And we are back, and we are still at the Rabbi's Roundtable in the basement of the Avalon Theater MCTV studios. And my guest now is Holly Dekarsky. Holly is Director of Downtown Development for the Easton Economic Development Corporation. And welcome to the Rabbi's Roundtable.
Thanks.
A couple of questions. I know that we have a number of things going on in town, and to sort of piggyback on what Mayor Willie shared with us, tell us about the upcoming events, the holiday parade, all that sort of stuff.
So it is event season.
I know.
Officially.
Yes.
And it doesn't slow down till sometime in February.
Right.
So I'm going to read from this list because it's pretty lengthy. So for anyone that's been attending our Sounds of Summer concerts, which are on Friday night from 6 to 9 and then on Saturdays from 11 to 2, those wrap up this month. But we will be offering Sounds of the Season later on this year, so there'll be more details to come out about that. The last Culture Crossing for the year is October 16th. That is 10 to 2 on Rails to Trails. Academy Art Annual Craft Show was coming back and returning this year. A lot of events are returning, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And that is the 15th to the 17th. That is a ticketed event, so you want to visit their website. Of October.
October, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Mayor's Prayer Breakfast is October 29th at the Tidewater Inn, also ticketed. I think there's still tickets available. I don't know if anyone can confirm. The 50th Annual Waterfowl Festival, everyone is eagerly awaiting that.
Yeah.
That is November 12th to the 14th, so plan accordingly. Festival Trees at the Tidewater Inn is November 27th, which is also Shop Small Saturday, so that's the day you want to get out and support local and come downtown. Talbot Interfaith Shelter and the Hummingbird Inn are going to partner again this year to do their Home for the Holidays. They light up the backyard of the Hummingbird Inn. That will be each weekend in December prior to the Christmas holiday. And there's just a small donation to come and join for that. And then there's also going to be carriage rides that are going to be sponsored by the EEDC.
Yes.
So if you have not done that, they'll be short. They're 15 minutes. They'll pick you up at Hummingbird Inn, take you downtown. You can check out the windows and lights downtown and then go back and do the tour.
If you haven't seen it, it's very cute.
It is cute, and carriage rides will be running from Thanksgiving all through the holiday season. In the evenings, you can check out the lights and take you around town, and she'll be doing some shorter tours. If you do them now, they're about an hour. She'll be offering 30-minute tours. So you want to visit their website. I mentioned Shop Small Annual Holiday Parade. It is returning this year, and everyone seems very eager about this. It will be obviously on the first Saturday of the month, which is December 4th. The tree lighting is at 6 p.m. in Thompson Park. The parade will start at 6:30. If you want to participate in the parade, it is limited to 65 entrants, and we have a form on the EED website. If you go under Easton Downtown tab, you will find a list of all of the events in town, as well as all the holiday events, and then you'll find the sign-up form so that you can register. Again, it is limited, and people have already started to sign up, so you should sign up quickly.
I don't want to hear anybody tell me that there's nothing to do in Easton.
Oh, no. There's a lot.
If I hear that, our next guest, there's all sorts of stuff coming up, so...
this is
cool.
just a small portion of things.
I know.
And then Moonlight Madness, which will be on December 2nd, and that is when the shops will stay open late from 4 to 10 for Christmas shopping.
Cool.
And we'll have some other events tied into that will let you know. There will be some caroling. There will be some caroling in the park. There'll be some caroling around town, some raffles, that type of thing. But we'll have more details on that. And for anyone asking, there is a plan in place to have First Night Talbot and the Crab Drop. It is still being determined whether or not it's going to be in person or virtual. We're still filling that out, but that planning has begun. And Chesapeake Fire and Ice, we are planning for having an in-person event in February, President's Day weekend. So mark your calendar for February 18th to the 21st.
If people want to go online, what's the website? What's the email, the web address?
It is eastonedc.com, and if you go to the Easton Downtown tab, you can get all the info on events, Sounds of Summer, everything.
EEDC is doing marvelous work, and there's tons of stuff going on, and you guys are to be commended, Tracy and you and Lance and Natalie and everybody. It's just remarkable, and as I said, it makes the city strong and viable and impressive. So thank you for all that's being done. You got the website, everybody. Go online, check it out, and participate. It's opportunity galore.
Yeah. Oh, and you can follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram under EASTON Downtown. We always have stuff about upcoming events there too.
I'm not on Facebook.
Lucky you.
It's a long story. Anyway, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You'll come back. You'll give us another report as we move into the season and see what's going on.
Yep. Thank you.
Holly, thank you very much for providing this for us. We will be back shortly, Easton.
Did you know? MCTV programming is available online. Find our shows like Rabbi's Roundtable, Carlisle's Chesapeake, The Shameless Picture Show, Conversations with Sherry, and the Avalon Theater Presents at youtube.com/Midshore Community Television.
And we are back. And again, we're at the Rabbi's Roundtable. I want to introduce my dear friend Don Buxton. And many of you know Don is the head of the Chesapeake Music organization in town. And I'm glad you're here. This is not your first time at the Rabbi's Roundtable.
No.
Not at all.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah, not by a long shot. And why don't you introduce Ann?
Well, I'd like to introduce Ann Moran,
Yes.
who is the chair of our competition and also a board member, and has been a volunteer in the early days of Chesapeake Music for a number of years, and has done a terrific job as the competition chair.
Yeah, it's exciting. Do you play an instrument?
Piano.
Oh, good, okay. Marimba.
That's my grandson. Plays
Really?
marimba.
Really? Ooh, we'll have to talk after. So let's talk a little about the competition. When's the next one? Give us some background.
Sure.
Share with us what you need to tell
We're
us.
20 years old this year,
Wow.
which is really pretty incredible. The 10th competition, we're a biennial, as you remember. And it was running very smoothly up until a pandemic hit. 2020 was rather a disaster. It was scheduled to take place 2 weeks after the lockdown. So we, at that point, postponed it and didn't say anything. And we kind of monitored things and thought, well, if we give it a year, that should be enough. So we scheduled it for April of 2021.
Cool.
And did not have a live competition. A little complicated. We have 5 finalist ensembles. And usually, and you may recall, we have a very full day. It begins at 1 o'clock and
Yes.
ends at 9 o'clock at night, where they all play. Each one plays a concert-length piece, and then there's a judge's deliberation and announcement of winner. Well, we had to do it with videotape this time in 5 different locations. It was very interesting. I think Chesapeake Music learned a lot in this process. And I think it will inform us in the future, not because of a pandemic, but because there are efficient ways of doing
Yes.
some things. At our new home at the Ebenezer Theater, we have the capacity to live stream everything.
Right.
And that's really helpful to some of our aging fans who aren't liking to go out at night very much, but love to sit at home with their television. So
I think a lot of people have learned a number of things that were never an issue prior to all of this.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, the question is whether it's your organization or church or synagogue or the mosque, how do you keep people engaged? How did we?
Yeah.
You know, now it's coming back, but that's been a real challenge and a real learning experience.
It has been.
Yeah.
Yes, I kind of know because several of the people at the temple were going along at exactly the same pace we were
I
and
know.
tripping over ourselves.
I know.
Well, we're very fortunate to have high-definition cameras installed at the Ebenezer, which really helps with giving high-quality live streaming
that's good.
benefits. Yeah,
And the technology,
yeah, it's terrific.
So we are very hopeful that in 2022 we will actually have a live competition again in our new home, which will be exciting.
Yep.
And one of the lovely things is, while this is our home for most of our music, they were very anxious to see us continue the community concerts on Sunday, which you'll recall because we've done one at the temple for years. Super.
Have a key. I can open the door. Let me know.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
April 3rd.
April 3rd. Okay.
Anyway, we're very
check it out.
hopeful that this
Yeah.
this time we're gonna get ourselves on schedule, and we're right now recruiting applicants, and we have a preliminary judging process which is done via tape, via audio tape, because it's totally anonymous. It's just the quality of the music.
Okay.
And
that's good. Yeah.
then we bring the 5 finalists in, and we have live judging. And, so all of that is on our website. Lots of information about how it runs and what people can engage in when we're here. But in the interim, because we could not have a live competition, we are scheduling our Gold Prize, our Lerman Gold Prize winner, to come and perform on October 23rd. And Don has the details of that.
Go ahead.
Well, and I want to add on to a little bit about the competition. It's really become international, because we've had groups from all around the world that have applied to come to the competition to perform live. And we have a really large number of competitors that apply for the first round of preliminary judges. And they selected 5, maybe 6 of those groups. Normally it's about 5 groups, because there's a very decided line of these 5 are really great, and then there's a step to we're not so sure past that. But we've had groups from Russia, Italy, Canada, which doesn't seem too foreign, but during the pandemic they closed the border, so it's very foreign. Yep. But it really has become quite a sensation. So we're very pleased to have our Gold Prize winners, the Zelter Quartet, coming back on October 23rd at 7:30 to perform what normally would have been a performance during the Chamber Music Festival in June. They're coming back to do a full concert, which we're delighted about, on October 23rd.
Wonderful.
And they are an amazing group of artists, obviously to have won among all of the applicants. Normally, all of our Gold Prize winners are actually going on to win other amazing prizes, and one of them, which is in a big residency at the University of Delaware, and residencies at Oberlin. So we feel really pleased to be able to give them a boost, in terms of their professional careers, which is what it's all about. So we have actually a quote I would love to read from the Zelter Quartet. And our friend, and a person you know quite well, has endowed this Gold Prize. So we refer to that Gold Prize now as the Lerman Gold Prize, which is a prize of $10,000 to our Gold Prize winners. And they were, of course, the Gold Prize winners at the most recently completed Chesapeake Chamber Music Competition. So somebody who was writing an article, another board member, James Carter, asked them what was so special about the music we will perform, and also what was it like to come to the competition? What did that mean to you? His response was, it's always special to learn and relearn and be able to perform these great string quartets, because there's always more to discover with each time you play them and encounter them at different stages in your life. It is a continuous and fulfilling journey and process. Couldn't agree more.
Anybody that plays, any artist, irrespective of the medium, but certainly with regard to how accurate and true is that?
Oh, it's very true.
And
I know people laugh when they come to my house and see my record collection. And I'll have 5 recordings of the same artist, and sometimes recordings of them as an early artist, and then again as a late artist, and the difference in the piece is just astounding.
It's profound.
It's
actually.
always evolving.
Absolutely.
And I thought that for a young group like the Zelter Quartet to come up with that is, I think, automatically shows you what kind of group and, amazing, deep feeling group this is. So I hope people will come out on October 23rd and see them. And of course, they can always get more information at ChesapeakeMusic.org. And if they are having a hard time figuring out how to use their computers, they can give us a call at 410-819-0380.
Repeat that, please.
410-819-0380.
Perfect.
Once again.
No, it's okay. So listen. Again, this is very exciting for a lot of reasons, and it's amazing what happens when you actually practice.
Yes, you and I, when we've been working on music all our lives, have been told that by our teachers. I've told that to my students. If you practice, great things will happen.
That's exactly correct. Well,
This
is very exciting, and thank you for your leadership, and thank you, Don. Again, Chesapeake Music on their website, or you can call the office for more information, but it's going to be a heavy-duty gig, as they say, on October 23rd.
Right.
Thank you for being here, and we'll
you.
invite you back, and you'll tell us more and give us other information about upcoming events and things that, again, just ameliorate our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
We will be back momentarily.
I got the shot, man, because I believe in the science.
I got vaccinated so I could hug my 5 kids and 14 grandkids.
We all got vaccinated
because we want to see you back in the theater.
Well, as a survivor of COVID, I really did it for other people.
I've also had the virus. I do not want it again.
We got COVID, and then they sent me to Johns Hopkins. Oh my gosh, it's the worst thing anyone could ever go through.
I genuinely feel like it's my patriotic duty to get vaccinated.
Do it for your state, do it for your country, do it for you.
I talked to my friends and family in India and Pakistan, and they don't have that access whatsoever.
I'm tired of Zoom. You're tired of Zoom.
It's my turn to take a chance.
Take advantage of that privilege.
Get the vaccine, please, for me, for your family.
And I got it because of what she said.
And we are back, Easton, and again we are seated at the Rabbi's Roundtable, and coming to you from the Avalon Theater, the studios of MCTV, and we are appreciative to all those folk for allowing this to happen. My third and final guests are Carol Harrison and Phil Sayer. They are current co-presidents of the Easton Choral Arts Society, and that's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Before we get into programming and all that sort of stuff, tell us a little bit about the history of the Choral Society and give us some background.
Okay, Easton Choral Arts has been around Easton for 44 years, actually. In 1977, a group formed to do a concert together in a commemorative type of concert, and they decided they liked singing together. So out of that group, Easton Choral Arts was formed. That name was taken in 1977. No, I'm sorry, 1990.
Oh, okay.
In 1977, that's when they started.
Yeah.
I'm a transplant. I came to live in the area when I retired, so I haven't been around as long as Phil has.
Where did you retire from?
I retired from Harford County.
Oh, very nice.
Jarrettsville, Maryland.
Oh, very nice.
So.
Very good. Good. And Phil, you want to share?
Well, I too am a transplant. We have had a weekend house here since the early 80s, but in 2007, I wanted to get back into singing and found out about Easton Choral Arts and joined and have been with it pretty much all the time since then.
The couple of concerts that I've heard, it's high quality. I mean, you guys are really good singers, and I'm not being gratuitous. I'm serious. It's really interesting the level of talent that this attracts.
We appreciate that, and a lot of that is due to our artistic director, Wes Lockfall.
Yes, very good.
And of course to the singers.
Yeah.
And singing in a choral group teaches you or shows you that you really rely on the community of singers. You cannot have a chorus with one person.
Right.
You need a group of people,
Right.
and you become very involved in looking toward the good of the group,
Right.
the group of the individuals. It becomes a community of its own.
Because everybody is dependent. You know, there's a level of talent that's taken for granted. I don't mean in a pejorative way, but everybody has talent, and then you just add to the strength of the group, which really, I think, propels it forward. So I agree with that.
And you're not looking for one voice to be important.
Correct.
It's the blending of all of the
Correct.
voices.
Correct. So tell us about how you survived last year. And
Well, I was just going to say that, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
Just going to say that that point was really shown last year. We decided in December or early January that we were going to put on a virtual concert in the spring called Bridge to the Beyond. And we had these songs of hope distributed to all the singers. And for the months of January, February, March, we studied it alone at home. We did have Zoom conversations. We had wonderful practice tapes prepared by Wes Lockfall and Carol and others. But it was a very solitary experience. And I remember so well when I went to Delaware to record my part, on the earphones, I heard other people singing. And suddenly I was back in a chorus. And it's very different from singing by yourself.
Oh, without
so
question.
that's why we go to rehearsals every week and get involved.
Good. And what's coming up? What concerts? Anything?
A Merry Rudder Christmas.
A Merry Rudder Christmas.
Yes.
Okay.
The arranger and composer John Rudder has done some wonderful choral works, and all of our 13 pieces for our Christmas concert will be Rudder pieces, either composed by him or arranged by him.
Oh, cool. And when will that take place?
That will take place at Christ Church, Easton.
Right. Wes is the
music director there.
Music director at Christ Church.
So, the first concert is December the 2nd, which is a Thursday, at 7:30 p.m. And the second concert, they are identical concerts. The second concert will be Sunday, December the 5th at 4 p.m. Both of them at the church. And because some people are not willing to go out in public yet due to COVID, they will also be live streamed.
Oh, good. All right.
So.
And those who show up, I suspect, will have to have proof of vaccination.
They will, yes.
The new reality that we are living in.
Just like to get in this building today, we had to show our proof of vaccination, and that's the safest way.
Yep. And most buildings, I mean, I know we ask that at Temple as well, and along with your driver's license now, everybody has their vaccination card laminated.
Yes, it's the new way of things.
Well, go ahead.
That weekend, our concert is on Thursday the 2nd and on Sunday the 5th. We heard just a few minutes ago the big parade is on Saturday the 4th. Right. So it becomes a whole sort of weekend
wonderful.
of events.
Quite the weekend.
Like I said, there's nothing slow about what's happening in Easton whatsoever. Okay. Well, this is exciting, and I hope I get a chance to get to one of those concerts, because I really as I said, very impressed with the power of your talent as a group, and it's serious. And I'll invite you back. You'll tell us more as things progress, and share with us what other things that are coming up. So we've been talking with Carol Harrison and Phil Sayer from who are current co-presidents of the Eastern Choral Arts Society. thank you very much for being in the Rabbi's Roundtable.
And thank you for the opportunity.
And you will be back.
Thank you so much.
Easton, thank you very much. We'll see you next time on the Rabbi's Roundtable.